fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. Thank you for coming to today's meeting. I slightly changed my topic. Do you have a topic? It will be not about change management, but it will be about something different. When I entered this room, did you think that something is wrong with me? Like I look some,
Sneakers.
abnormal? No one thought that something is wrong with me because I look exactly like most of the people in this room. I'm wearing sneakers, I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing my university sweatshirt. I look normal, right? But what if I entered the room full of these people in 18th century France? These people would certainly think that something is not normal with me. They would think that I'm alien, or what exactly is she wearing? Is she human even? Maybe she's an alien. Who is she? So somehow we evolved from this in 18th century to this in 21st century. 2 centuries later, social norm completely changed. No one is asking why women wearing jeans, why women not wearing all this. And by the way, what a waste of resources. I mean, to finish this, outlook, it took enormous, time and effort and money and all this stuff. So just in two centuries. What are you looking at this picture? What is not normal to you? What do you think?
Smoking.
Yeah, exactly. So this is some hectic office, not very tidy because it's full of men probably. But they are smoking in the office. And it was totally normal to smoke in the office, to smoke in university during lectures. It was totally okay. And it was totally normal to smoke in the airplane. Yes, until maybe 2000 they banned completely. Now you will be punished, but 50 years ago it was okay. And what is not normal in this picture?
Computer.
Yeah, when I see old Soviet movies like Служебный роман, every time I see it, I wonder what exactly they are doing in there. Like they are coming to the office, they apply makeup, and then what is happening in these 8 hours? Seriously, what are they doing there? And I like this quote, even though some people argue that this is not true, he was misquoted. But I really like that, president of IBM was thinking that, probably computers are not for everyone, and there was really era when people were thinking like computers belong to universities, but not at home. And now social norm completely changed. Who knows what is happening on this picture?
Oh, it's in 60s. The rights of African Americans.
Yeah, this is Rosa Parks, right? This is women who just refused to follow the social norms. She refused to sit at the back of the bus. And what happened? It was in 60s. And what happened? Like look at this date, 1855. It was completely normal to have a slave in your household. Like, just imagine owning some human being. Just how crazy is that? And it was like 19th century. And now we have, we used to have the best president in history. Just in 2 centuries, social norm completely changed. Mixed marriage, not something unusual anymore. It's not something that we frown upon. It's illegal. I mean, it was illegal to have mixed marriage just 1 century ago. What is not normal in this picture? What is happening exactly? So this is a teacher who has the right to spank your kids. Well, I have 2 kids. And if I even have a slight hint that someone dares to, to spank my kid, I don't know what would happen to me. When I hear some colleague of mine who says, yeah, I have 2 kids, and sometimes when they don't hear me, I just, give them some education. And this is like, what is happening? Why? And it was legal. And when I was reading some article recently, I discovered that, in 19 states in the United States, it's still legal. The spanking at school is still legal. I mean, your teacher could give education to your kid. Next. So what is unusual in this picture? Yeah, child labor. It was during, the Industrial Revolution. It was okay. And I even heard that, Daniel before Robinson Crusoe offered, he even said that kids, when they reach age of 5 or 6 years, it's okay for them to earn their own bread. I mean, you are mature enough to go and to work and to support yourself. But what is interesting, well, we don't think that it's normal, right? But what is happening on this picture? Still, 200 million kids around the world, they don't go to school, they go to factories, they sew our clothing, probably my jeans were done by some Bangladeshi guy. This is not normal for us, right? But some countries are still behind. Some countries still hasn't made this transition from what is not normal to what is, not normal and even illegal. Next. Yeah, like 3 housewives in 50s, 60s, totally happy. They probably read an article in the magazine Good Housewife. They are welcoming their husbands with hot or cold drinks. They're not working, they're fully supported by their husband, and it was like half a century ago. Everyone was happy, but probably not everyone, because some women were objecting. Some women said, oh, wait a minute, we are human beings as well, and we have rights. It was a long journey, and this journey still, we still hasn't reached the end destination. Who knows what is happening on this picture?
Woman ran the first
marathon.
Yeah, the year? 1967. This is Catherine, and she registered for Boston Marathon, and she didn't indicate her full name, because if she wrote that Catherine Switzer, she would not be allowed on this marathon, right?
Yeah.
It was illegal for women to run marathons. How crazy is that? I mean, seriously? Yeah, but you see that people were against that. People tried to stop her because this totally was not normal for them. And it's normal for me, right? Aiko Kim ran full marathon recently. We're really proud of her. And no one said, does she have a right? Yeah, she do have a right. And what is that? This is a pay gap between women and men, and it's still happening around the world, whether we know it or not, whether we want it or not. This is the reality we live in. And not only this, but also some other things like, domestic violence is still happening. And in Kazakhstan, like 500 women die every year because of that. And yeah, until we reach something like, universal equal rights, until we do it for our kids, until we, fight to the end, fight with all causes, and we believe in these causes, social norm will not change. Because something are happening gradually with technical progress, with IBM computers, because all these corporations want to earn money on that. But some other social norms, someone like Catherine Switzer, someone like Rosa Parks, someone like, I don't know, Rosa Luxemburg and Clara Zetkin. We need people like that who will fight for us and who will say, this is not normal, we want to change it. And I want to say, I'm still surprised when people say, we don't need feminism. I'm still surprised when even women say, I'm not feminist. Whoa, no, I love men. And I believe that actually we all should be feminists. Please do, thank you.